He says, instead, the head's words and actions emerge from the head's presence with the body. The head orients and orders the body the way that the earth orients and orders the moon. Here then is an image. So we're going to get several images. Here then is an image. Like a planet with its moon, a husband guides his home through his gravity. If he does so faithfully, the moon orbits properly. If he is unfaithful, the moon wanders into disorder. Now, it is a metaphor that he is trying to use to communicate his point. And his point is that he's trying to talk about this idea of like your character, you know, being a way that you exercise authority in this patriarchal form of a relationship between husband and wife, that character is how you do it, not just by yelling at her to obey, submit, submit, submit. You aren't supposed to do that, according to him. So he is trying to use this as a metaphor, but I want you to see how cold and how belittling this metaphor is. Let's think about this. In this metaphor, let's go over here. In this metaphor, men are planets. Planets have life. Planets are great. Planets are really like how we order our lives. We're here on this planet. And in this metaphor, the women are not the same as a planet. They are a moon. Cold, lifeless, dead. A dead rock floating in space. Earth is beautiful, trees, oceans, so much complexity, so much life. And in this metaphor, he just says, women are moons. And I kind of got to laugh because it's so ridiculous. I believe this is a Freudian slip. All right. Like I understand metaphors. You mean to get a significant, like a significant point across, like that you just want this one big idea to be drawn out of sometimes. I would argue that is not what he is doing, because later in the article, he's going to come back to this metaphor and he means it. He means a lot, actually, in what he's talking about. But there is no equality of value and worth in this metaphor of an earth and a dead rock floating in space. All right, this goes far beyond the idea of role. This is talking about substance, like who you are. And it is so belittling and takes all agency away from the woman. Basically, what he is arguing for is, if you follow the logic here, is this head of the household, this patriarchal view. This head is dictating what's happening in the body through his character in a loving and compassionate way. Let's be generous here. In a loving and compassionate way, and as he does that, the woman just follows because of his character. That is not how it happens. And I think he knows that. Like, he's married. And I know, like, you know, you don't know what you struggle with until you struggle with it. But like, that's not how it works. And it's just basically saying that the woman will just do whatever you do. And takes all agency away, that they're just going to rotate around you, and it also is like, well, all right, so you're the focus of the woman then. Like, there's so much wrong here, and he's going to go into detail on how wrong he gets it. All right, but I do believe that this is a Freudian slip, that he is trying to use this metaphor to communicate compassion, and as he does it, he's saying that women are lesser. I think this is an issue of not just the role, but of value and worth. and I don't. And they even put this as like, hey, do you want to tweet this? This is the big takeaway. It's just, no, it's so bad. Like, why would you recommend anyone tweet this? But this is actually what's going around. This is why I saw it. Here we go. He is the breadwinner. She is the bread maker. See anything wrong there? He is the sun. She is the moon, who reflects and extends the sun's light where the sun is not. Oh, man. He forms, she fills. He sets the melody, she brings the harmony. Daddy sang bass. He empowers her, and she uses that power to enlarge the domain of their household. What he says here is that, yes, women are lesser. I think that is the only thing that you can say about that. Women are lesser. He is the sun, she is the moon. So earlier, this metaphor that if you want to argue that just the metaphor got away from him, it's right back here. Once again. Yeah, boy.